What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week. Everybody, welcome back to another episode. We are officially in the month of April. Yes, we're not that far away from the summer. I cannot wait. The summer breeze, the summer beaches, going out, having a good time. Longer nights, longer memories, so many things to do. Of course, I do miss my friend Justin for moving out to Florida. A lot of you guys already know about that, but we're just a little underway from the Dragon Ball Z Revival of F movie, and of course the Avengers 2, Jurassic World, Star Wars Episode 7. We have a whole lot. We have Mad Max. So many great movies coming out this year, and I cannot wait. And so many great games. E3 is right around the corner. Just so many things happening, and the month of April is like that one month where you're just like, all right, it's like the anticipation month, because you know once May rolls around, it's going to start kicking in real fast. I mean, spring break and stuff like that. So for those of you out there right now that are in a position right now where you're just like, God, I cannot wait until like the summer starts. Me too. Trust me when I say that. But anyways, everybody, I really hope you guys are having a terrific weekend. I really hope you guys are having a terrific week. And let's begin with our questions this week. But before we begin, everybody, make sure that you guys go on ahead and check out my second channel at UnrealEnt Network. You're going to find a whole bunch of awesome stuff on there. So many playlists, so many discussions. And I think you guys will truly like that. So anyways, everybody, my sandwiches, let's begin with our first question of the week, and it is from Mr. James. Alex, you are the man. Thank you, man. I mean, I don't think that I am the man. I think I'm just the man, but thank you, by the way. UnrealEnt Network is awesome too, bro. Thank you, man. Here are my questions. All right, here we go. Question number 1. What would you do if the girl of your dreams suddenly just stopped caring about you? Ooh. Was secretly seeing someone else and leaves you in the end. I've had a girl lead me on and tell me all these great things, only to end up with someone else. What should I do? Question 2. Your DBZ Instagram is amazing, UnrealDBZ. Thank you. Do you ever plan on uploading videos on there? Question 3. Do you believe in the New World Order, and do you believe they will succeed in their plans to control the population and dismantle religion? Question 4. Do you think it's possible for Dimps to create a DBZ Xenoverse 2 in the future? Thanks, bro. Alright, well, thank you for the questions, James. Now, to answer your first question, what would I do if the girl of my dreams just suddenly stopped caring about me? Well, to be brutally honest with you, it happened before. I thought the girl of my dreams at the time was just flat out perfect. I thought she was absolutely amazing. I thought she was everything I've ever wanted. Her name was Alyssa, and I really cannot stand that name because, to make a long story short, I did everything for this girl. I remember I contributed my own money to help her financially. I remember I used to talk to her about her problems. I remember I came over several times, and I truly helped her out with so much. I remember one time she deceived me by saying, because I asked her, hey, is there any movie you would like for me to get you that you've always wanted to watch? And she was like, well, you know, to be honest, I've always wanted to watch all the Disney movies all at once. So what I did was, out of my own expense and time, I went and I got her almost every single old school Disney movie that you can possibly think of. And little did I know that the fact that the only reason why she was asking for that was because she wanted to get those movies for her coming child. Yes, she was seeing someone else behind my back the whole time, and she got pregnant, and she pretty much flat left me, and it was just a whole bunch of, you know, I never dated her. I always wanted to, but she never gave me that time of day. And I hate Alyssa so much for that, because why would you never, like, I believe that everybody deserves one chance, and she totally just crushed me. So for you, if the girl of your dreams suddenly just stopped caring about you and secretly was seeing someone else, I would honestly do everything I could in my ability to make sure that I prove this girl wrong, to make sure that she ends up being a total sucker for what she did to me. Honestly, for something like that to happen, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, because that right there, falling in love with a girl, or at least thinking that you're in love and you're really infatuated, and for her to do that, it's extremely painful, man. And what I mean by proving her wrong is the fact that allow her to know that it was her loss, not yours. Obviously, don't do anything crazy. Don't, you know, step out of your boundaries to do something unnecessary. it hurts, man. We all run into that one girl, or for the girls, we always run into that one guy where we believe that they possess all the qualities, but their morals are just extremely low. So, yeah, she may have told you all these great things, but women are very deceitful, man, and you shouldn't just succumb to what people tell you in the beginning. You should allow them to show you how much they care by demonstrating it forward. What I think you should do is just move on. If you feel as if this girl is just not right and something's up with her, and you feel as if, you know, she's seeing someone else and she's just leading you on, don't keep digging your own hole, man. Move on. There's nothing wrong with moving on. Absolutely nothing on. It's gonna hurt. Trust me, I know. It will. But eventually you meet that one somebody that's able to allow you to overcome all of that pain. And you'll run into that one person one day who's gonna make you feel like a king, and all it takes is time and patience, man. I don't understand why girls do it. They do it just to be spiteful. But all I can say right now is just move on. Don't even look behind you, man. Just advance forward. Do what you got to do for the benefit of your humanity, and just find yourself someone else. And then when you do, show her off. Allow this girl to know how much she's fucked up by losing you. So, to answer your second question, thank you. My Unreal Dragon Ball Z Instagram that I made for Dragon Ball Z fans and Dragon Ball Z fans only is UnrealDBZ. If you go on Instagram and look up UnrealDBZ, you're gonna find it. It's just so awesome. I've uploaded so many pictures for you guys, and I've done so many things. As for videos, yeah, I plan on uploading a lot more videos because I think videos are essential. But pictures tell a great story as well, and I've uploaded a lot of pictures on there that you won't find anywhere else, and it's just really cool to see that. So UnrealDBZ is awesome. I just made that for the fans and for the fans only, and I really hope you guys have been enjoying it. You know, like just the fan art, the overall concepts, old school stuff, new school stuff. It's just really awesome to see. So I did that for you guys. And will I be uploading videos? Absolutely. To answer your third question, do I believe the New World Order is going to succeed in its plan to control the population and dismantle religion? Okay, for those of you out there that are too young to understand what the New World Order is, and for those of you out there who do know what it is, the New World Order is a organized group of men and women who secretly want to control the world by lowering the population, by instituting RFID chips, which are called radio frequency identification chips, which can pretty much mark you, and they can track you, and they can spy on you. The New World Order releases chemtrails every day in the sky, poisoning us, killing us little by little. They put GMOs in our food. They put fluoride in our water. These people that sit beyond the government are killing us all. And you know what? They don't care. They see us as useless eaters anyway. Do I believe the New World Order will succeed in its plan to control the population and dismantle religion? As painful as this is, as much as it sucks to say this, yes. The New World Order is going to succeed in its plan to control the population because people today aren't leaders. People are followers. People don't tend to do hardcore investigations and hardcore journalism. People don't want to see the light beyond the tunnel. They just want to look at the tunnel but see beyond the light. You know? It's, guys, I mean, it's not a conspiracy as a lot of people like to call it. It's factual evidence. There have been people that died bringing you information, declassified things that they've uncovered, you know, like, and it hurts to see how mainstream media could throw all these, you know, useless propaganda tools and effects to just throw you off your game. And as for religion, like I said, I am a Christian. I believe in Christ and God. Many of you guys out there watching this are Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, atheists, you know, Episcopalians. A lot of you guys are from different religions, different beliefs, different backgrounds, you know, and they want to dismantle all of that, and dismantle all forms of isms, atheism, everything, Christians, everything. Why? Because going back to the New World Order, I guess you could say agenda, they want to have one world government which governs the state of nations all around the world. They want to have one source of power. They want to have one source of currency because they feel as if certain, currencies are lower than others, certain are higher than others. And it's pretty scary. They want to dismantle all forms of religion so we can have one world religion. It's pretty scary stuff, man. It's pretty scary. I mean, go look at Alex Jones. Go look at We Are Change. Go look at The Vigilant Christian. Go look at, Jason A. You just go watch for yourself if you guys don't believe me. Go look at these YouTubers and go see for yourself. Because I can go about this for days, and it sucks. Guys, it sucks. The cost of living in the 1920s was literally pennies. We can go to the movies just by purchasing tickets with a quarter. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the movie tickets for a quarter? That's fucking awesome. Gas prices were extremely low, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. That was fucking amazing. The cost of purchasing milk was like 5 cents. Of course, like trying to live in an apartment, your monthly rent was like $27 a month. Of course, your annual income was extremely fucking low. Still, you earned enough to live. Like, imagine if we still had those prices today. Every single one of us would be considered to be billionaires based off of the salaries and the shit that we make. But everything is getting more expensive. It just really sucks that everything is, And what more can you do? Just, move on with your life. To answer your fourth question, do I think Dimps can create a Xenoverse 2? That would be so freaking awesome to see. Can you imagine that? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Like alternative stories, alternative characters. That right there would be so awesome to see. I would literally pay a lot of fucking money to go purchase a game like that because Xenoverse is perfect. Xenoverse is amazing, guys. That game is so freaking fun. And imagine if they created a part 2 to that game. I would lose my fucking shit. Can you imagine that? Alternative characters: Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, Baby Janemba, Super Baby Janemba, Super Buu Broly absorbed, Omega Shenron fused with Beerus, Beerus fused with Whis, Super Saiyan God Gogeta, the fusion between Gohan and Goku, the fusion between Trunks and Vegeta. Like that kind of stuff would be sick. Alternative timelines, new gods, the god of war, the god of pestilence, the god of power, the god of the demons, the god of destruction, the god of creation, the god of life, the god of death. Like, that would be so freaking awesome to see, like, alternative stuff. The Kaioshin of purity and stuff. Like, can you imagine the what-if possibilities if they incorporated a Xenoverse 2? Man, that would be so freaking sick. But yeah, I mean, I think it's possible. I think it's highly possible, and I think it'll be a great idea on their part to make, because they'll make a lot of money doing it. So why not? But anyways, James, thank you for the questions, my friend, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Pain32 Full. Hey Alex, here are my questions, dude. Stay amazing. Thank you. Question 1. Do you believe that somewhere out there in the universe exists an alternative Earth? A parallel reality which includes alternative timelines, like what if Hitler won the war? Or what if we all served the Roman Empire? Thoughts? Wow. Question 2. Do you believe God intended for man never to have special or unique or superhuman abilities because of how we would misuse them? Question 3. Do you ever think about the future and how grim it is for the next generation? Thoughts? Wow. Pretty good questions, actually. Well, thank you for the questions, by the way. To answer your first question, just the thought of there being an alternative Earth, I think it's fucking possible, and this is why I say why. There are hundreds, literally, there are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of billions of stars within our galaxy, within, our sector of the universe. There are, oh my God, like, the number just exceeds trillions. There are trillions. There are hundreds of millions of trillions of stars out there. galaxies that are huge. You guys have to see some of this shit, man. For there to exist a parallel reality of this that includes, you know, what if Hitler did win the war? What if we did have Nazism, you know, ruling the world? That is a scary fucking thing. You imagine if Hitler was alive right now? You know, imagine our world right now. I would not be here talking to you at all. You know, like, it's bananas. Imagine if we all served the Roman Empire. We'd all be dead. We'd all kill each other. We'd all serve like these fucking retarded kings and emperors. You know, it's crazy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, first of all, guys, right now, I want you guys to envision this. Imagine an alternative you. Imagine there's another you out there somewhere, right? But he's slightly different. She's slightly different. The alternative you is either pure evil or pure good. A monster or an angel. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine an alternative you? What if you never made the mistakes you made in this life, but you made it in the other life? Can you imagine that? An alternative you. Everything that you wish you could have done, everything that you've you know, halted yourself from, there exists another version of you out there somewhere who did just that. And pretty much, you know, just it is a complete opposite of you. That shit is fucking scary. I do believe something like that exists. I mean, how could it not? Because we have so many things out there that we ourselves don't even know what the hell's going on. So for there to exist an alternative reality, I don't see that as being far-fetched at all. I do see that as a possibility, perhaps, just based on how many stars we have out there, man. I'm not saying that the Earth is exactly the same, but there could be an alternative version of us somewhere out there in the universe. I mean, who are we to say no? I mean, really, who the fuck are we to say no? We're so fucking stupid on this planet. We can barely go to fucking Mars. Imagine if we all worked together as one. We would exceed everything. But instead, we all want to fight and bicker and kill each other over oil and petty things. It's just, it's sickening, man. So yeah, I believe there might be an alternative parallel reality to Earth. I don't see why not. And that correlates to your second question. Yes, I do believe God never intended us to have anything special because of course we would misuse them. Can you imagine if we all had abilities, super strength, super speed, super intelligence, the ability to turn invisible, the ability to fly, the ability to survive super explosions, supernovas? We would be monsters. Do you know how many people out there would kill each other? On a massive level. Although for some of us it would be cool. Yeah, recreate Dragon Ball Z fights, have fights with your friends and stuff like that. It would be pretty cool, you know. But in a retrospective, there are evil people out there. Can you imagine the amount of damage they would do if they all decided to get together and fucking try to destroy everybody? I mean, we would have massive battles going on right now. Of course, people would be different. Some people would be stronger than others, faster than others, smarter than others, you know, more agile than others. But you know, it's just it all correlates. You know, like can you imagine if all of humanity had special abilities? Man, would that be chaotic? How would you be able to control the world with all that power behind you, like literally on your fingertips? Like, it's not an easy thing. So I do believe God intended us not to fucking have superpowers, because if we did, we would tear shit up. And I mean, for some of us it would be fun, I know that, but for most people, hell no. People would just go ape shit. And to answer your last question, yeah, I think about the future a lot, and I never thought how grim it might be for the next generation, but the next generation really ought to step it up, man. I mean, we right now, we as people, the people listening to this, you guys listening to this, we are the next step. We are the people that are going to lead the next generation into what they become. That's why I always tell you guys, become leaders, become good role models, teach people to be good, teach people to excel, to become entrepreneurs, to become greater than what they ever thought they can be. Be the example, so when you die, you're remembered as the person that helped, you know, adapt someone to something great, because you'll never know what that person or you might amount to. You know, like, our generations really ought to focus on working together, exceeding failure together. You know, the next generation, if we don't change things, if we don't change the way we socially think, socially interact, socially approach things, you know, with everything that's going on with social media influence and stuff, and rap and hip-hop and world star hip-hop and TMZ and all this shit that you see that's creating this influence, we're going to be lost in our own past, you know? So I would love to see our future blossom, but only if the current generation is willing to sacrifice for the next. So that's just my opinion. Anyways, Payne, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Kelly. Hey there, Unreal. I have some questions that I would love to hear your answers to. Okay. Question number 1. What are your thoughts on the state of gangbanging in 2015? Do you think it is a dying breed and dying style? Question number 2. Thoughts on cops and their excessive force on the masses. Do you think it is right or wrong? Question 3. The fusion of Purunga and Shenron versus Beerus. Thoughts? Question 4. Do you think Resident Evil can redeem itself by having a TV show similar to The Walking Dead? Thank you so much for answering. Well, thank you so much for your questions, Kelly. To answer your first question, my thoughts on the state of gangbanging are like this. As many of you guys already know, I was born and raised in New York. I live in between the borders of Brooklyn and Queens. I am smack dab in the middle of both, and I've seen how it was like growing up with that gangbanging era, especially throughout the time frames of 2002 and 2001 all the way up until like 2006, which was a very, very heavily transition time where people were gangbanging left and right. Even I myself was doing it too. So in 2015, 10 years later, I really don't feel as if the state of gangbanging is at its highest as it once was. Growing up in Brooklyn and Queens, I used to see a lot of Bloods and Kings. I never really used to see too many Crips. I used to see a lot of Crips back in like 2000, 2001, going into middle school and stuff like that. But mainly, I used to see a lot of Bloods and Kings. And to be quite honest with you guys, I mean, even living in Brooklyn now, it's starting to be overtaken by hipsters. Nothing against hipsters, but hipsters are taking over a lot of these ghetto areas, and for good and bad reasons. The reason why it's good is because in an essence, it's kind of cleaning up the community. You don't get to see that many violent acts going on anymore. People getting killed for senseless things, such as wearing the wrong flag or wearing the wrong beads. But the bad side to that is the fact that hipsters actually increase the value of the neighborhood, which means the rent goes up, all the billing properties go up, so it makes it kind of hard for you to pretty much live in the areas where you used to live, where you can afford it before, but you can't afford it now because all of these hipsters are moving in, and they're actually increasing prices. So gangbanging in the state of 2015, I mean, I really can't speak for like every single state. I'm just speaking from my relative state. I mean, going to the school that I went to when I was coming up in high school, there were so many gangbanging activities, man. I mean, we had shootings, we had people getting jumped. I mean, there were so many things like that happening, and of course that's not happening anymore. Why is that? I believe it's because the entertainment industry, the music industry, they've evolved from gangbanging and killing people and holding up each other for ransom to pretty much getting money, partying and all that kind of stuff. Granted, I'm pretty sure there are certain sectors of the world right now, especially in the U.S., where gangbanging is still a very heavily active, activity, where people still do it. Crips, Bloods, Kings, MS-13, all that kind of stuff. But where I'm from right now, where I'm at, I don't really see too much of that. I mean, I don't see any Blood gang members. I don't see any Kings. I don't see any Crips. I don't see anything anymore. And it's just like, wow, what the hell happened? It's pretty crazy how things can change in a little less than 10 years, right? To answer your second question, thoughts on cops. Now, cops, they are the real gang. Think about it, guys. I mean, there are so many good cops out there. Legitimately, there are so many good, decent human beings out there that are police officers that want to help you. Guys, don't get that confused. Don't get it confused to say, well, oh, every single cop is a piece of shit. Every single cop is, misusing their powers and stuff like that. No, they're not. There are good, genuine people in the police force, but just as many as there are good people, there are a lot of bad cops. There are a lot of selfish, greedy, power-hungry cops that want to abuse their power and pretty much, invoke your rights and just remove them from you and pretty much allow you to become like their servants, like their bitch. Just the other day, actually, I got a summons from a police officer because I didn't put on my seatbelt in the passenger side. My friend just picked me up, and we just started driving. So I just got in the car. I'm about to settle in. I'm about to put on my seatbelt, and the next thing you know, like a cop must have saw me. We pull up on the light, and next thing you know, the cop's behind us, and then he pulls us over, and he's like, "Where's your ID?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have my ID. I'm going to the gym. Why in the hell would I need my ID to go to the gym?" And he was like, "That's not good. I'm gonna arrest you." And, I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, what did I do that was so fucking like illegal?" I understand I didn't put on my seatbelt right away. But, I mean, really? You're going to do that? So, and he was being such an arrogant asshole. I mean, literally, he could have just let us go. But he gave me a summons and stuff like that. I got a ticket for it, and it's just so stupid. But there are cops that go beyond that. Just because you're black, they'll kill you. If you're Spanish, they'll kill you. If you're a white person and you rebuttal against the cops, they'll kill you. Like, God forbid a white guy draws a gun, they'll gun you down. A black man draws a gun, they'll gun you down. A Mexican, a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, El Salvadorian, anybody, any one of those pulls out a gun, they'll kill you. Not even pulls out a gun. If you guys just talk back to these people, they'll kill you. It's like, wow, And they are using excessive force on the masses. They're literally showing up in riot gear, pepper spraying everybody, beating everybody half to death, arresting you for just unsensical things. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, God forbid a cop pulls you over and you literally look at him and you go, what did I do wrong, with an attitude. They're gonna, like, pull you out the car and they're gonna beat the shit out of you, and God forbid they're gonna kill you. So yeah, I think it's fucking wrong, especially during those peaceful protests when people want to voice their opinions. These people get the dog shit beat out of them, and literally for what? Why? It makes no freaking sense. So, yeah, police brutality. I mean, police brutality has been going on for such a long time. I am firmly against it. But for me personally, I just feel as if, yes, there is a lot of extensive force, and I think it's wrong to the ninth power, man. It's just horrible. To answer your third question, the fusion between Porunga and Shenron versus Beerus. Now, obviously Beerus is a god, Porunga and Shenron are not, but Porunga and Shenron have the ability to grant themselves as many wishes as possible. So, don't you guys think Porunga and Shenron would be pretty much like unstoppable, inseparable? Having that kind of power, having two mega dragons like that just fusing against the deities such as Beerus, I think the fusion between Porunga and Shenron would probably have the advantage because they could wish for so many things. They could wish for Beerus to, like, pretty much have some sort of, aura around him where it causes him to slow down his speed. Or they could wish for Beerus to pretty much lose all of his power. Or they can pretty much wish for Beerus to die right then and there, or maybe they can wish upon themselves to be immortal, and then what do you do? So I think the fusions between Porunga and Shenron would be very, very powerful, and a lot of people tend to just, like, missee that. I mean, especially going into a fight against Beerus. Yeah, Beerus is freaking strong, but then again, the powers of the Eternal Dragons, I think that they would prove to be much more, combative to Beerus than anything else. I mean, they have the powers to grant themselves infinite wishes. Don't you guys think that's very important to note? So I would have to say the fusions between Porunga and Shenron. And to answer your final question, Resident Evil can never redeem itself. The only way Resident Evil can redeem itself is if they actually go on ahead and reboot the entire franchise of the movie series. I mean, Paul W.S. Anderson ruined the movies. He ruined everything about, about Resident Evil for me. Like, he ruined the characters, he ruined the story, he pretty much took everything that we've always loved about our beloved series, and he butchered it. And Resident Evil right now, it completely sucks. The games aren't the same because they stray away from survival horror. So the only way they can do that is if they reboot the franchise first, the way it should be, and then maybe, and I mean maybe, perhaps then, they could start up a TV show, you know, similar to The Walking Dead. If they can do it better, then it'll be better. But I really doubt that any zombie TV show would be better than The Walking Dead. But yeah, I mean, like, Paul W.S. Anderson ruined Resident Evil, and I will never forgive him for that, because he took the one franchise that we all loved, and he pretty much butchered it. And for what? You know, like, for him to make money off of it, it's just horrible. So I don't think it can redeem itself yet, unless they have a complete remake and reboot of the entire franchise. So, but anyways, Kelly, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very, very wonderful day. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Sean X. Hey, Alex, I just have one question for you, bro. How do you think the world, including yourself, will change if we went into World War III? Global war, Dragon Ball Z style. And what I mean by that are explosions and bombs everywhere. How would we survive? Well, to answer your question, Mr. Sean, everything, every little thing that you could possibly think of right now would change. Your life will change. YouTube will change. Your lifestyle, your family, your friends, your favorite TV shows, your upcoming movies and games, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your friends, everybody, everything around you, your community, your government, your state will change. If we ever were to go and engage in a World War III, it would be the end of virtually everything. And this is what I mean by that. Now, Dragon Ball Z style, absolutely. Do you want to know why it would be sort of like a Dragon Ball Z kind of battle? Because everywhere you would look, everywhere you would, you know, turn your head to go on ahead and view, you would see explosions, you would see buildings getting destroyed, you would see screaming and agony, you would see massive nuclear explosions going off in the distance, and things wouldn't be the way you would think, you know. How would it change me? It would change my entire life. I mean, I wouldn't be able to make videos. I wouldn't be able I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk to you. I wouldn't be able to wrestle. I wouldn't be able to hit the gym and do my daily activities. I wouldn't be able to go to work. I wouldn't be able to do anything. The only thing I would be able to do is conserve food, conserve water, and try to live. Like, this generation, the last generation, they don't know what it's like to live in our great-grandparents' and grandparents' history, surviving Vietnam, surviving World War II, surviving World War I. World War III would come on a global scale. China, Russia, America, England, France, Australia, India, South America, Canada, Korea, Japan. We're talking every single nation in the world would collide. And why? Why is that? Why? We don't need that. We don't need another world war, another global war. For what? Because nowadays, trust me, guys, Vietnam, World War I, and World War II would look like child's play if World War III ever happened, because we have toxic nerve gases, we have nuclear bombs, we have hydrogen bombs, we have, you know, deadly chemicals that we could unleash upon a populace, you know, bioweapons, viruses that would tear you up, that would literally eat your skin alive right then and there. Your bones would drop to the ground before you even die. We have weapons that would be able to catch you from miles away. The Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle. We have the assault drones in the sky that can literally see through walls. You know, we have you know, weapons that are just capable of doing so much harm. So we wouldn't be able to survive. And I'm not saying that to scare you guys. I'm saying that because it's true. You know, every single year we just inch a little closer to that, because these global superpowers want to insinuate, you know, laws, and, you know, want to bully each other around. And I mean, it's just foreign policy. It's a lot of politics, guys. And I know a lot of you guys may be young watching this, but you have to know your stuff, man. I mean, I don't care how old you are watching this. You have to know your stuff, and you have to be well prepared in the future, because we don't know what the future may hold. We really don't. I mean, truly, we really don't. Everything and anything can change in a matter of a second. So a third world war, yeah, that would not be beneficial at all. You can expect to see the downfall of everybody and everything, and it would take a long time for us to come back from something like that. And we're not just talking like a few decades like World War II. We're talking like maybe a few dozen decades, because that would be something that would literally just change the world forever. So anyways, Mr. Sean, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very wonderful day. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Fan Mail of the Week. Please, guys, don't forget to submit your questions in the comment section below if you guys have any questions to ask me along with your video fan mail. It's not really hard to do. All you have to do is record yourself on your phone or on a camera, upload it to YouTube, and send me the link, and I'll make sure to include that in fan mail. So once again, guys, thank you all for watching. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Make sure you guys stay tuned for next week's episode. Check out UnrealEnt Network if you guys want to see some alternative badass stuff that you guys will not find on here. And once again, guys, thank you all for watching. God bless you all, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody. Peace!